First of all, are you getting any feedback?
Yeah, people seem to like the show.
Yeah. They
No,
think
not that sort of feedback. Sound feedback.
Oh, you mean the Larson effect? Give it its proper name. No. That was very fast.
Right.
Well done.
Okay, so I'm looking for sort of experience from both of you.
What kind of experience? Hang on a minute.
Right, so I'm gonna word this carefully, and it might not necessarily sound what it sounds like.
All right.
Okay,
So-
we'll try
So
and
we'll
make
ignore what it sounds like.
Try and make it sound what it sounds like. That's what I find is always useful in conversations.
I can't though, because I may be targeted by your chat.
Oh, gosh.
Well, but we'll be honest and be open. Make it sound like what it sounds like. Forget the chat. You're talking to us.
Right, okay. So let's just say all three of us have got a standard IQ, just normal, average, everyday people.
Can't imagine that, but go on.
But most people are maybe classed as very superior intelligence, and they work in a herd. How do you get on the same level as those people without?
I don't know because I don't understand the sentence you've just said.
Right. Okay. I'll put it this way then.
Please do.
We would be classed as superior intelligence.
To whom? Superior to whom?
To the general public.
And who would class us as such?
I thought you were saying we were inferior.
And I was saying that because I didn't want to say that the chat are stupid.
Okay, so
don't know them.
you're saying, Martin, and I think what was your name, Vader something, Vader Inhaler. You're saying you're cleverer than the chat. Okay,
okay.
carry on.
Because I don't know them. Right. I'm not talking about the chat. Right. How just forget
Feels
about
like
the
you're talking
rudeness
about
and
them.
all that type of thing, and not being very nice and acting superior. How do you get on with everyday people without them attacking you?
Just don't be a prick.
Yeah. Have you tried that?
Yes.
You can't be that intelligent if you're unable to get along with people who are stupider than you.
I know, but if you mention anything that's like different,
Like what? Mention something
just
that's different.
anything,
Well, give me an example.
What did you want to mention that you didn't?
that I didn't, like IQs would be one of them.
Right, because?
If you mention then they sort of turn against you.
No one's I don't know anyone that's interested in IQs. I think you've imagined that, or you've just been really unlucky with the people that you say you've got a high IQ to.
Well, I live in Newcastle and it's full of fucking idiots, so that's probably partly the reason.
That is why people don't respond well.
But I don't speak to people like that. I'm quite a nice
Well, you're
person.
speaking to us like that, and that's why people don't respond well. You don't necessarily need to use the words as well, the vibe and the attitude.
I guess so, yeah. I try to speak to people like politely and.
Well, but you're not though. Give us something else that you think other people. Give us another topic.
Another topic.
Because I got a feeling there's a couple bubbling away under there that you're nervous to mention Vader's Inhaler. So just mention them. This is a safe space.
That's offensive because I use inhalers.
It's not offensive. I've used your name, which is Vader Inhaler. So you're not quite as clever as you think you are.
Inhaler. The Phantom Vapor.
Okay, well, there we go. All right. So tell us the thing you want to say that you daren't say because people will get angry about it because they're not as bright as you.
I'm not saying they're not as bright as me.
You literally just said that at the start of this call.
Okay, people that have got a normal average IQ go.
I don't. No. I don't want to talk about
people.
people. I don't want to talk about people. You've got a really high IQ. You think your IQ is higher than the. You've got a really high IQ. You think your IQ is higher than the people in the chat. So what is it that you fear if you say people will get angry with?
I guess it's the way I speak.
No. That's not a thing. Listen to the question, because actually I don't think you're as bright as you think you are. What is it? What is it? Well, you've just misunderstood the question twice. I'm going to try it one more time.
I've not misunderstood it. I just
answer
want
it.
to say it more than that.
Answer it. Answer it then.
Say it again then.
Well, I've said it twice and you didn't misunderstand it, so I'm assuming you knew it.
What is it that I'm trying to say? That's
not what I asked. Shall I ask it again and you'll listen?
Okay.
And you'll answer it?
Yes.
What is it that you want to talk about, but you daren't because people will judge you badly?
Fuck. How much time have you got?
We've got We got 2 hours. That should be enough.
Jesus, like some of the stuff I would never mention.
Just give us one.
Internet.
Just give us one. Just give us one.
Okay, I'll go back to one thing that I've already spoke to you about.
No. Give us one. Give us a new thing. There's so many.
There isn't.
Oh, I thought you said there were so many.
Not that I would speak about on the internet.
But we can't have this conversation if you won't speak about the thing that you want to speak about, but you won't speak about. The conversation is null and void.
Right. So, I don't even know how to word this. Like, for instance, I've got family members that work, like one of them's a judge.
I don't care. What is one of the topics I don't want to know about your family. Couldn't give a shit. What is one of the topics that you...
Let's get the bloody thing going.
I don't want to talk about because people will judge you badly.
No, because I know that they'll judge us badly, and I know...
Well, then we can't have this conversation if you won't give us an example.
That's not why I called up, though.
Why did you call up? Because that's all you've been talking about for the last 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
I wanted advice on how to speak to people without them turning against me.
Don't be a prick. I've given you the advice.
But that doesn't always work, though.
But you're so intelligent.
I'm not. Oh my God.
We're going round in circles, Martin. We're going round in circles. Listen, you came on. You put forward the hypothesis. Shut up. You put forward the hypothesis that you're brighter than everyone else, but that when you say things, because you're so intelligent, thick people judge you badly. You won't tell us what those things are. This conversation's over, man.
Could it be? Could it be?
Catherine, you're a woman.
Catherine.
Could it be that it's not everybody else, that it's you?
Well, yeah, that's what I think that it is.
It is.
It is.
So what can I do about it?
Modify what you're doing. Obviously, what you're doing isn't working.
No, it's not.
So we go back to the original premise. Try not to be a prick about it.
What do you think about COVID, Martin?
It scares me.
Right.
I've still got to get my booster jab, and I'm not overly keen to get it because I'm trying to have a nice, relaxed sort of attitude about it. I don't want to worry about it. I'm recovering from psychosis at the moment, so I don't want to have that sort of paranoia.
Martin, we just found the point. You're recovering from psychosis. How's that recovery going?
Well, it's about 2 years in. It can take up to 3 years. The medication's horrible. I've had 2 years of changing my medication all the time.
There we go.
And the side effects were absolutely fucking horrible, some of them.
How are you feeling right this second, 2 years into your recovery with the meds that you're on now?
If you talked to us a week ago, I was feeling absolutely mint. I was like, right, I'm going to go on holiday somewhere. I've never been on holiday, going to go to India. First thing that the doctors do, right, was stopping your antidepressants because your mood's too high.
Okay.
So now my mood's gone back down.
So how are you feeling right now?
A little bit low.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected.
Yeah. Well, if you've come off antidepressants, the mood kind of bounces around a bit before it settles. So that is to be expected. It's always tricky over Christmas when the doctors are closed. But I'm assuming you're going to be speaking to your doctor in the new year. Have you got like is it your GP or is it a specialist?
It's a specialist early intervention psychosis team.
Well, that's great that you've got them on board.
But the delusions aren't going. You know what I mean? I still think that I'm responsible for 9/11. I still think that I've seen aliens and that they're wanting us to help them and all this type of thing. Those delusions aren't going. And
right, let me ask you a question. So this is a very subtle question, but I know you'll get it. Do you believe those things happened, or do you believe those things are still happening?
I don't think I understand that correctly. I mean, I know there's still things like that happening in the world.
Right, hang on. So let's break this down. So you believe that you are responsible for 9/11 and that you have spoken to aliens.
Well, I've seen triangles, 3 lights in the sky 2 times.
Okay, I don't need the details, but you are convinced those things happened to you because they are real to you, right? Those things happened, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time one of those things happened. Did it happen today?
No.
No? Did anything that people might think, oh my God, that sounds a bit weird. Has anything like that happened over the Christmas period?
Yeah.
It has. May I ask what it was?
Well, I've spoke to you before about it. It's the whole Snoop Dogg thing when I spoke to him, and then I keep hearing my name in one of his songs.
Okay, I remember that. All right.
And I mentioned that, and people were just like, oh, well, why would you be in a Snoop Dogg song and all this type of shit?
Okay. Martin, listen, you're going through a process, and that process is recovering from psychosis, and as you know, that can take a long, long time. And I think people will judge you because some of those things sound outrageous, and sometimes, to me, I believe they happen to you. I believe you believe that they happen to you, right? But some people don't understand that, and they only hear things on the surface. Oh. When are you next speaking to your team?
After New Year's.
Okay. Is there any way you could call them tonight or tomorrow?
No, if I need to call them, it would be the crisis team.
Could you call them? Could you call the crisis team? Because would you like an honest appraisal from me? Just a bloke.
Well, first of all, I'll say emotionally I feel fine.
Okay.
And that doesn't seem to be driving thoughts that are too bad. But obviously the delusions are still there.
The delusions are still there.
It's not nice. Can you imagine living every day of your life thinking that you're responsible for 9/11 and that you're responsible for making sure that aliens don't get found out and all this type of thing? I don't know how much my heart can take.
Let me ask you a question, Martin. What did you do to cause 9/11?
Well, I think I've got false memories from when I was younger. I remember a conversation with one of my friends, and in my head, I said, right, we're going to do this because it's going to end slavery and blah, blah, blah. But I'm pretty sure that it's just false memories, but it doesn't feel false.
No, of course it feels real to you. The mind cannot tell between the real and the vividly imagined.
And this is me good. I mean, if you spoke to me a couple of years ago, no, I was in hospitals and everything.
Well, then that's a good sign, because that means you're heading in the right direction. And when we're kind of heading towards recovery, it's not a straight line. Sometimes we kind of veer off to the left, and then without, whatever things we have in place, that gets us back a little bit center. Then we'll veer off to the right, and the meds might bring us back. It's not a straight line. But if you look at the distance you've traveled from 2 years ago to now, you've said yourself that that's an amazing journey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm better than I was. Like, the main thing is how your body is emotionally and how that drives your thoughts.
Yep.
So emotionally, I feel like maybe a little bit down, but I'm still better than I was.
Okay.
So my thoughts aren't too bad, but delusions and thoughts are two different things.
No, of course they are. I know that. I think you're doing sterling work. I wouldn't worry so much about what other people think about you. Just be polite, as you have been on this call. You've been very polite. You've been very well-mannered and very respectful. That's all you can do. What other people think of you is none of our business, what people think of us.
But you know what annoys me?
Go on.
This is just one thing. I've got a care coordinator that I work with, and I've been speaking to her for about 2 years. And last time I saw her, she was like, I don't know how to explain it, like sexual with us. She was trying to get us to get something to happen.
Okay. Again, I would suggest...
And you don't do that, it's work.
Well, there's two things. There's two things there. One, that could be part of your psychosis, and maybe...
Possibly.
It didn't happen.
Do you know what she said that got me thinking that?
Go on.
So we'd been to the hospital and stuff like that, because I had to get my lungs checked out. And she drove us up to outside my house, and she goes, "Oh, Martin, do you want a drink? I haven't got any water." And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're a man. To me, it sounds like something. And I'm trying to think, well, why would you say that outside?
Well, because maybe she only had milk or fizzy pop. I don't know. There's a million things behind it. If you felt that she was being sexual, you could always complain about that.
It's probably just me, man. It's like this paranoia and stuff like that, part of it.
If you felt it, maybe it is worth going to her supervisor and saying, I think this happened but I can't be 100% sure, because if it did happen, then appropriate measures can be taken. If it didn't happen, well, then your crisis team can be aware of this situation.
But you know, when you've got like bad mental health problems, people don't believe what you say. Like, he hasn't, I don't know, just tell me not to tell you this if it's a little bit too deep.
Okay.
Right, but 4 years ago I got sexually assaulted by a bloke, and he locked us in my house. And this was before I was getting medical treatment. He tied us up, got us to perform acts, and then he beat us up, and then he locked us in my house, and then he came back with a friend that had a knife with him, and he said, if you tell anybody or anything like that, we're going to burn your house down, so you better move away from where you're living, and all this type of thing. That's not psychosis, that's real. That's happen.
Terrifying.
100%.
Do the people that are supporting you know that you went through that?
Yeah, but they don't like... I mean, I've told the care coordinator, and I've told one of the people that work with her, and I guess the attitude might have changed a little bit towards us. But
I don't know whether I can't say whether that's right or not. But what I would say is, if they know that you've been through that, they would want to know if you were getting the ick now. They would want to know if anything was making you feel uncomfortable, because whether it was real or whether it's something that you've taken, whether it's something that you feel, is still important for them to know, because they don't want to put you in a position where you're not feeling safe or you're not feeling like you can confide in this person. So I think flag it up. It doesn't mean anyone needs to get sacked, but what it means is that people maybe need to be a bit clearer with what they're saying to you.
It's like, it's just like in the media and stuff like that, and films and stuff, you get these people that have got mental health problems and they say all this stuff, and people are just like, oh, it's just crazy people and all that type.
Have we made you feel... Now, the beginning of the call was a different thing because we didn't quite know the situation. I think we understand the situation better. Have we made you feel like you're crazy?
No.
Well, then there you go. We're just two people, and we don't know you, and we have not treated you like you're nuts or you're crazy or anything like that. We're treating you with respect and with decency and with honesty. That's just the two of us. So there will be others like us out there who will do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming to the point now where I'm moving along with this whole journey of psychosis and stuff, so I might have to deal with some of these things that I've been through. Am I able to deal with them right now? Probably not, because I feel outnumbered and stuff.
Yeah. One day at a time, brother. That's all we've got. One day at a time. Martin, listen, we're going to move on, but I'm really grateful that you called in. I look forward to speaking to you again. And just to clarify one thing I saw you put in the chat, I don't phone people outside of the show because that would be inappropriate and it would be unfair on people that I didn't. But I'm really glad that you called in.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best of luck. And all I can do is suggest you speak to the crisis team and tell them everything you've told us. But that's a suggestion. I can't make you do that.
Right. Okay, thanks for speaking to us, Catherine.
Hey,
Take care, Martin.
Pleasure.
Thank
care.
you. Bye-bye. I miss being on the radio. There was a call, huh? There was a call. And it's one of those things. It starts off one way and then suddenly the handbrake gets slammed and you're going back the other direction, isn't it?
He's got the presence of mind to know that it was the question, what if it's not everybody else? What if it's you? Boom, that was it.
Yeah. Is that line? It's a line from Head where I get everything from that the mind cannot tell between the real and the vividly imagined. And it can't. So those things really happened to him.
Yeah.
Because he believes they happened. And that's it. They happened. Whatever we think in his reality, those things happened.
So the team need to know because it's impacting on his recovery.
Thank you, Martin.